جو بس بر محمد وآل محمد صلوات. مؤمنين, we are starting with the breathing exercise as usual. So if you could kindly come forward, please, and partake of this beautiful exercise, which is very, very beneficial, especially breathing. All right? Okay. We start, as usual, with the Anulom Vilom. Anuloma, they call it, people from South India, they call it Anuloma Viloma. Pranayam, they call it Pranayama. I see. So, is this? Now, you breathe in, inhale from the left side, block, and exhale right side. Now, I forgot to mention to you, when you inhale, when you hold a bit and slowly breathe out. You see, now inhale from the right, gently, now hold a bit, now slowly breathe out. Inhale, exhale, inhale this way, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, block, exhale, inhale, block, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, block, exhale, inhale, block, exhale. Now I'm going to introduce a new pranayam yogic breathing technique. It is called Kumbhaka Pranayama. Kumbhaka Pranayama is a retention of breath while inhaling or exhaling. Now the good thing about this Kumbhaka Pranayama, the benefit of it, it helps to deepen your focus, to calm your nerves, and also to increase the lung capacity. This is an ancient technique of breathing. The youngsters, those who are able to, you hold the breathing for a certain seconds, where the youngsters, they do 10, but I would not do this, it may not be advisable, just 4 or 5. So let us do like this. But when you breathe out, it calms the nerves as well. Breathe out, do it at night, at least 4 or 5 times before you go to bed. You don't have to go for a shower or take a sleeping pill. This will calm you down and will get you very good sleep, all right? Now, so you breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now breathe out slowly. Open your mouth and then breathe out. Is it okay? Now again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right? Again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Slowly now, breathe out through the mouth. Again, breathe in. Slowly breathe out through the mouth. You breathe in through the mouth, breathe out through the mouth. This is the technique used by those people before they start meditation. The yogis, they do this Kumbhaka Pranayama. All right, then we do bumblebee. You know what bumblebee is. Just see, use this to block your ears and use this to block your eyes. All right? Now breathe in deeply and then produce the sound of a bumblebee. Okay. Again. Now, when you do the bumblebee, as loud as possible, do it, and the voice sound should come from here. All right? Now let's do the tapping exercise, please. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now this one. Yeah. Yeah. Under the eyes. Under the nose. Yeah. Middle of the chin. On the collarbone, go four fingers down and a bit this way. Under the armpit, down, 4 fingers down. Yeah. Over the head in the middle here. All right, now. Use this. Here. Here. Yeah. Yeah. They call it Qigong exercise. Okay, let's do the stretching exercise. I've got very few minutes left. Move 2 steps this way, 2 steps that way, okay? Then the other way. Now this way. You up here. You should feel tension here. Now. Right. Don't keep your finger, hand here. Right. Raise your calf, you see. Okay. Right. Okay. As if you are sitting down. The lower you can get, the better if you are able, but don't force yourself. Hi, Asante. There are many more. I'm out of breath. This cardiovascular exercise is supposed to be very good for your heart. Get a bit out of breath once a day at least, you see.
Brothers, one small request. While the Quran is being recited and tafsir is going on, kindly maintain absolute silence. Thank you kindly. Thank you.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وبه نستعين وصلى الله على محمد وآله الطاهرين الذين أذهب الله عنهم الرجس وطهرهم تطهيرا. قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه الكريم وأصدق الصادقين أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ذلك الكتاب لا ريب فيه هدى للمتقين. صدق الله العلي العظيم. Now this is a verse which is recited, is so familiar that we do not fully appreciate the deep meaning it contains. The very opening of Surah Al-Baqarah, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هُدًى لِلْمُتَّقِينَ. Yet you will find within this ayah lie gems of guidance, of wisdom and comfort to our human soul. Now let us reflect on this ayah phrase by phrase. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ. The verse opens with the immediately commands our attention. ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ. That is the book. ذَلِكَ in Arabic is that. You see, Allah's choice of language is deliberate. It is profound. Allah does not say هَذَا الْكِتَابِ. This is the book. Even though the Quran was physically with the companions, they were reciting it, they could see it, but Allah still says, ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابِ, meaning that the term is used for something which is distant, ذَلِكَ. By saying that is the book, Allah raises the status of the Quran above all other speech of human beings. It is exalted in origin, and this Quran is preserved in Lawh al-Mahfuz, which is the guarded tablet, the protected tablet. This Quran is Kalamullah, the speech of Allah, the divine word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It is perfect, it is dignified, it is unchanging, it is authoritative, and it is eternal. It is a source of peace, it's a source of wisdom, and it is a source of strength for us. It is our companion in moments of joy and sorrow. It is a consoler for our grieving heart. It is the foundation of our faith, the pillar of our belief system, and the ultimate criterion by which truth is distinguished from falsehood. La rayba fi. The next verse is what? La rayba fi. There is no doubt in it. Allah declares with absolute certainty. There is absolutely no room for any doubt whatsoever, not a shadow of confusion, and no contradiction in this book. This is a bold statement that has echoed across centuries. Despite the passage of time and the challenges of the societies that we have these days, the Quran has remained unchanging and unchallenged. For over 14 centuries, skeptics, critics, doubters, they've all attempted to challenge the Quran. They have scrutinized its language, its message, its origin, etc. And yet, the Quran remains untouched and unmatched in its essence and its eloquence. It has stood the test of time and continues to amaze those people who approach the Quran. Its timelessness is a testament to the truth that it is indeed the word of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Societies have risen and fallen. Emperors and empires have come and gone. Philosophers have faded in obscurity. Yet, this book remains as fresh and as relevant today as it was when it was first revealed upon the heart of our Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The Quran is a light that cuts through the darkness of doubts and confusion. When life overwhelms us, and when we are overwhelmed by choices, or when burdens weigh heavily upon our hearts, it is the Quran that provides us qualities. It is the Quran that shows us the way, the right way. It is the Quran that reassures the believers that guidance is not lost and that certainty is still possible in this uncertain world. And then the next verse is Hudan lil muttaqeen. Hudan is a guidance for those people who are God conscious and who are mindful of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah then tells us the purpose of this magnificent book. The key word here is Hudan, guidance. That's the key word, Hudan. Guidance is the essence. The very word guidance is an essence and is the nature of the Quran. It's not merely providing information. No, guidance is not just information. It is direction. It's a movement from darkness to light and from error into truth. But guidance for whom? That's the question. Does Allah guide everyone? No. It is for the muttaqeen. Hudan lil muttaqeen. The muttaqeen are who? They are the God-fearing, who will find that this book provides the muttaqeen with light, direction, and true guidance. Guidance is not, as I said, merely providing information. It's a transformation from darkness into light and from error into truth. When a person nurtures taqwa, God consciousness, when they are conscious that Allah sees them, hears them, and knows what lies hidden within their hearts, the Quran becomes alive for them, that muttaqeen. You understood what I'm saying? When a person nurtures taqwa, he holds on to taqwa. When they are conscious that Allah sees them, hears them, and knows what actually lies within their hearts, they are aware all the time and mindful of Allah, then the Quran becomes alive for them. It speaks to them personally. Its verses illuminate the path. It corrects their course, and heals their wounds. The Quran is light for the believer, healing for the faithful, and mercy for those who walk the path of righteousness. It was revealed not for a single generation, but for all humanity until the end of time. Once a man's heart is filled with God consciousness, he will definitely benefit from the Quran. The Quran is a source of light and direction, as I've said. It has been sent out to guide men for all times to come. To read the Quran is to enter into a dialogue with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. To recite it is to hear His words. To live by it is to walk in His guidance. It is as relevant for us today as it was 14 centuries ago and will remain so forever. Let us take a moment and reflect on our relationship with the Book of Allah. How deeply is Quran rooted in our hearts? How often do we turn to it for guidance rather than merely reciting it out of habit? Has the Quran shaped our character, our choices, our priorities, or has it just become a ritual confined to a certain moments and occasions? The Quran was not revealed to be placed on our shelves or to be recited without reflection. No, it was revealed to be lived by it, to be lived by it. May Allah grant us the hearts that are receptive, the minds that are humble, and lives that reflect the guidance of His book. May He make us among the muttaqeen, those who truly benefit from the Quran, who walk by its light, and who find in it peace in this world and salvation in the hereafter. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Yeah, yes, please.
We must take Quran as it is. We must not go very deep into it. For example, if you take Ahad, so you must not argue about Ahad, because then if you compare it to Hinduism, then they have got Avatar, 100 names of Allah, 100 responsibilities. So we must try and follow the guidance of ulama. For example, there is no actually reflection of Ahlul Bayt. But we, from the Quran, have benefited Ahlul Bayt. The others have not done that. So please,
the interpretation of Quran is based entirely from the Quran itself. Al-Quran ba'duhum li ba'din. You see, the Ayatollah Sayyid Muhammad Hussain Tabatabai, tafsir al-Quran, tafsir of the Quran, one verse does the commentary of another verse. That's what Allah says. But Allah, in so many verses, أَفَلَا يَعْتَقِلُونَ أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ أَمْ عَلَىٰ قُلُوبٍ أَقْفَالُهَا. Will you not ponder over it, or are your hearts locked? أَفَلَا يَتَدَبَّرُونَ الْقُرْآنَ وَلَوْ كَانَ مِنْ عِنْدِ غَيْرِ اللَّهِ لَوَجَدُوا فِيهِ اخْتِلَافًا كَثِيرًا. Will you not ponder? Allah, in so many verses in the Quran, ponder, reflect deeply. But when we say people who turn Ahad into Awtar, this is not our belief. There is not a single commentary in the Holy Quran that says this. But if somebody wants to bring this kind of thing, which they do, like some people, I won't mention the name, the religions, they believe in Awtar and things like that. This is not Quran, this is not Islam. It is very clear. And we have, like Sayyid Muhammad Hussain Tabai in Al-Mizan, we have Suyuti Al-Itqan, we have Tafsir Al-Kabir as well. We have so many good, but to understand Quran is to understand the language itself. You can read the translation, but the sweetness of the Quran is when you start actually trying to dissect it from each and every one. You'll find the previous word actually has connection with the next word. So to be able to understand it, you read what comes before that and what comes after that, and then you will not fall into error.
So Quran really has defeated Hinduism.
Sorry?
Quran has defeated.
Of course, that's right. There's no other book. There's no other book except Quran which has survived the test of time. And nobody has so far been able to challenge it. As I have said, so many empires have fallen. So many people have come and gone. But the Quran has stood the test of time. During the time of the Prophet, when they were all famous poets and others, they tried to challenge it. No, and Allah says very openly in the Holy Quran, produce even one ayah or one verse of the Quran. Nobody has been able to do it. Asad.
Son, thank you very much. That was quite amazing. Thank you very much. Jazakumullah. This is your hat, Asad. So, brothers, I just want to remind you for three things. First of all, today is our last program for another 2 weeks. We'll be closed, well, 3 weeks really. We are back on the 7th of January, okay, for the next year. And that will be marking the day of Sufra on that day, the 7th of January, the Wednesday. And I would urge you to please pledge or even pay something for the Sufra Niyaz will be served here for the gents. Also, it has been brought to my notice that some people are they want to know something, they want to do something different for the Wednesday seniors programs. And they may have some ideas. If you do have some ideas of what something different you want to do, etc., kindly either send it to me, my email address, or even by my WhatsApp message, or any of the committee members, and we will look into it and see how we can facilitate you. I mean, the people who have got some ideas who want to speak, I mean, Abbas Bhai mentioned to me just now that the people talked to him who are saying that we are doing the same thing, which is true, we are doing the same thing, but we keep all the traditions going, and we try to bring small changes every so often. So on the 7th of January, I will give you my new vision for the seniors, inshallah. We are also planning an AGM. We are also planning to look at the constitution, etc., etc. So I've been consulting some of the other elders who are part of the group before, part of the committees before, part of the Jamaat committees, and we'll sort this thing out. So we'll affiliate everything else like that. So please, 7th of January next year will be the Sufra Niyaz here. Kindly donate generously before that. Now, before I call our next speaker, I just want to have two more announcements. One is for the subscription is due now, which is £15. You can kindly pay on the table there, or with the Jamaat website, you can do that. And the second thing is that there's a majlis on this Friday for Marhum Sumar, who passed away in Mumbai, for his 40th majlis here. So you're all mostly invited to come in. We've had some sad news. And I'll keep on saying this because this is our traditional, we think it is sad news, so we will carry on this saying that, in spite of some people who say, well, you can't say sad or something. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, with sad news that Brother Firoz Mehrali passed away, was one of our seniors, and burial details, etc., to follow, inshallah. Can we please also oh yes, sorry. There is a Chalismu Majlis for Marhum Raza Ahmad Fazal Hasham, will be held here on Thursday, it's tomorrow, 18th of December, at 7:30 p.m. at Hujrat Imambara. All of us are requested to join him. Thank you. Okay, and also, can we please recite Surah Al-Fatiha for our esteemed speakers, Father Marhum Fidaus and Hameer, who was very much part of the Bilal mission in Tanzania. Everybody knows him, okay? And all our elders who have passed away, and all the marhumins, Al-Fatiha. Okay, now it's really with great pleasure I introduce you to our esteemed speaker today. His name is Zulfiqar Hameer. We are going to give him a complimentary doctorate from the Hujjat seniors. Zulfiqar Hameer has got many, many years of experience in the Jamaat work. I mean, academic work is something, but I've known him for so many years, more than 40, 50 years. He's been just serving the community at every capacity on very important positions in the community, and has shaped the community to going forward. We are delighted to welcome him. He's an electrical engineer. Okay, he's a professor as well, and his main interest, and maybe also is a computer scientist. Please welcome Zuli with a loud nare, Salawat ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad. Okay, he has got some copies of what he's going to talk about today. There's 25 copies. If anybody wants any more, just let us know. We can give it to you, or you can just...
I'll put it on WhatsApp.
Okay, he's going to put it on WhatsApp. You want this on the stand, or you want to hold it? Salawat Allah. Naqvi Sahib, have you got it?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum. Can I first find out how many of you use AI? Sorry, how many of you use AI? Well, okay. So at least I'm glad I'm not preaching to the converted. There's quite a few of you don't use it. So hopefully you will find my talk useful. So why use Gemini? That's the first question. Yeah, I can sit down. I think Gemini is perhaps the second most popular after ChatGPT. Yeah. The other reason for using Gemini is that Google has a lot of applications. Okay. I'll move. I'll move closer. Yeah. Google have quite a few applications and Gemini integrates with them. But to integrate with them, you have to pay extra subscription to Gemini, either using Workspace or Gemini One Premium. So you have to pay extra subscription. It doesn't work straight away. Like if you want to send an email, if you want your AI Gemini to send email straight away, you'll have to contribute, you have to subscribe to Workspace. Yeah. Again, can I ask how many of you are Android users? Android is a non-phone user. So if your screen looks different, because I'm using iPhone, if your screen looks different, let me know. And it's when we are using it, yeah? And have you all, hopefully, have you all logged into Google? If you have Gmail, then you have logged in. But otherwise, have you created an account? I hope you have. There are always some problems when we're using it here. Firstly, the Wi-Fi is very slow. Some of the services in Gemini or on AI stop working, so you'll have this problem. So, these are some of the problems. So now we go on to. I went into Gemini on my phone, and this is what I have. So what I have is the 3 lines at the top. That's a new chat. A chat is whatever work you do. So if you click on it, it'll give you a list of all the work you have done. Okay. Then you have create image. Well, that's explains itself. I will not go into write anything, but if you go into it, it will give you the explanation. Oh, sorry, I missed the items below. Make me a chart or seasonal. Again, if you look into it, it gives you instructions of how to do those tasks, yeah? Or turn a cooking video into a recipe. Again, it will give you instructions to do those tasks. I will not go into them. Help me to learn. Again, it will give you, if you want to learn Arabic, it will give you instruction how to learn Arabic, where to get information from, yeah? Or boost my day if you're feeling low, like Mutazaba, it might give you a video on, on how to do relaxation. But the important part is right at the bottom. Yeah, the plus sign, you can either look at files, that these files are on your computer in Google Drive. Yeah, so Gemini will work with Google, so you can look up whatever work you have in Google Drive. We'll go into that later on. Or you can turn on your camera. The two marks with a dot on either end, how to create an image, deep research, canvas, and guided learning. Again, I will go into those details later on, yeah? And then there's a microphone, and there's Google Gemini Live, yeah? So we'll look at create image. What I said was, when I click on create image, I said make me an image of a dog running in the park. You can try it on your phone now if you want. Yeah, so you can click on create image and type in make an image of whatever you want. In my case, I said make me an image of a dog running in the park, and this is what it did. And it took about about a couple of minutes or maybe less than a minute, and it created that. So if you can imagine whatever you want to do, it will create it for you. Nothing special. You have to learn the script. And AI works on a particular script. So to give it instruction, you have to learn AI's language itself. And you have to learn how it works. And the more you use it, the more likely, better you'll become. Okay? So then we go on to, what was that? Yeah, that's me. Yeah, yeah. That's when I clicked on the three dots, the three lines at the top. It lists me. It lists. It says new chat. Yeah, if you want to do a new work. My recent items I've done. Right? It's suggestions if I want to create games or if I want to write a story. Again, in each of those cases, it will guide you. Yeah? And and it then lists all the work I've done. Chat is whatever work I've done, and it gives me a list. And I can either delete it by holding it down, or rename it, or pin it, which means I want to mark it so that I can look it up later on. So you can do that, right? Any problems? Is anybody using it on the phone? Otherwise, my talk will become very short. Right at the top, I have. It shows there's initials, my initials right at the top, which is Z. That means I have logged into Google. If I now click on Z, this is what I get. I can control my chat activity. I can upgrade Google Pro, which means access subscription. I can set my preferences of how I want to save my work and all that. Yeah. I can connect to various apps. Which apps do I want to work with? Again, as I say, you have to subscribe to it, but I can connect to those apps, Google apps. Sorry, I've gone off again. So on here, I can set all that I want the Gemini to do for me, and set it up the way I like it. Yeah. So that is all in your profile. This is why important you log in, so you can set up your preferences on your profile and how you're going to work with Gemini. Okay? I've lost my phone. So then we go back into, I go back into the second screen, and right at the bottom is Gemini Live. If I click on Gemini Live, I go onto this screen here, and I'll show you how it works. And I click on Gemini Live. Now I can talk into Gemini, and I'll ask him, Gemini, can you tell me the way to Heathrow Airport? And it's thinking now. I don't know how long it will take. Oh. Sorry, I turned the volume off on my phone. It was. Yeah, I turned the volume off on my phone. I go back on it. Gemini, can you tell me the way to Heathrow Airport?
I can start navigation for you. The quickest way.
Something went wrong. Try again. Gemini, can you tell me the way to Heathrow Airport? I'm sorry, it seems like, again, this may be Wi-Fi problem.
This is something like Siri.
Can it's not working here, I don't know why. Okay, let's try another one. I click on the camera. I can click on the screen. Gemini, can you see the screen? Can you see the TV screen?
Yes, I can see the TV screen. It appears to be displaying a smartphone interface with some text and controls, though the content is not completely clear.
Can you tell me the size of the TV?
Based on the video, it's difficult to determine the exact size of the TV from this perspective, as there are no standard reference points. Is there anything else I can help you with regarding the screen?
Okay. Gemini, can you tell me the cheapest airfare to Dar es Salaam?
The cheapest airfare to Dar es Salaam can vary depending on the time of year and which airline you choose. Some recent searches have found prices around £405 for a return trip. To get the most accurate information, it's best to check with flight comparison websites for specific dates. Is there a particular time frame you're looking to travel?
No. Gemini, can you give me the English translation of Surah Fatiha?
Certainly. The English translation of Surah Al-Fatiha, the first chapter of the Quran, is commonly, "In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Praise is to God, Lord of the worlds, the most gracious, the most merciful, Master of the day of judgment. You we worship, and you we ask for help. Guide us to the straight path, the path of those you have bestowed favor upon, not of those who have evoked your anger, nor of those who are astray." Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, thank you. Does that meet your approval, Mutazabai? But you can see how powerful this particular tool is.
The only thing is this must be oriented to a certain person who has translated it, not the different translations.
This is one thing you have to be very careful when.
Because iyaka, not you, you only. So you have to be very, very careful.
So you have to be very careful when you're using AI. It may tell you lies. You have to find out where it's from. You can ask AI, where did you get this information from? It will tell you.
The unfortunate part of it is some people, they just download it and without reading. I'll give you an example. The Ahlul Bayt has been described by AI. It has come in one of the groups. So they are the remnants of Allah. Can you imagine? Do you know what remnants mean? And because they take Christianity as well, you see, they use the word remnants of Allah for Ahlul Bayt, the maqam of Allah. So we really need to read it and see if there's anything faulty in it, mistake. You have to have that knowledge at least. Not just download it, that can be dangerous.
Okay. I mean, I heard people say that they're using Google Camera to look at images, and it tells them what the image is. But AI adds a bit more dimension to it. It gives you more information. In this case, I look at TV and it told me this. It couldn't work out the size of the TV, but at least it tried to work it out. You can point your camera at a carpet and tell it, give me the size of the carpet. It will tell you roughly. So AI gives you X.
So there are many advantages.
Yes.
I was looking for a certain qasida. I could not find it, and I knew the words, the first words. And I asked AI to give me a qasida. Whenever you want to ask somebody, say vocalized. Fatha, kasra, dhamma. And I got the whole qasida. I was really looking for it everywhere. And I got it. Because they've got so many thousands of books. They extract it in a second.
So you have to learn how to speak to AI, and you have to be careful of what information it gives you. And so you don't treat everything it gives you as true. Don't take it as true.
Did you actually do it in Arabic?
You
I did it, even if you do it in English.
you can write in.
Straight away. You do it in Arabic or English.
You-
They pick up straight away.
you can look at the text in any language, it will translate it for you, it will do it for you. It's no problem. Use that camera in live, it will do it for you, no problem.
For example, Fadl Bhai last time spoke about Dua Jibreel, and there was no harakat, tashkil, the diatribe, it was no vocalization. So I said, if I can get it, I'll bring them to give it to our community. See, guess what? They were able to, but it was very short. They were not able to give me the full sort of dua. Just few lines. But it's amazing.
Yeah, but isn't there at the moment a facility whereby just on the ordinary internet you can just photo can give you the translation. Also, not only translation, if you try and take the camera and take the photo of a stamp, it will give you all the history of the stamp. For example, I've done this on Kaiser, the ruler of Germany long time ago. It gave me all the symbolic information, when he was, where he was born, everything, and also the value of the coin. And also, there was, at the end, there was a hammer to say, this is on auction, what? A figure, so you can tell it for what you want.
5 minutes.
So, I mean, if we can let Zulfiqar finish, and then we'll have a general discussion, please.
Okay, so the next thing is, the next bit is, I go again back to the first menu, whereby there's a plus here, and you can click on there, either go into files. I'm not going to go into files, but you can go and click on files, call up a document from your Google Drive. You can either make a summary of the document, correct that document, add to it. You can all do it from Gemini. So you can work on files that way as well. The next bit from that is photo. So I went to the photo, picked my own photo. Yeah, it looked the photos it holds in my photo gallery. I picked my own photo. I brought it down. This is what I had when I brought it down. I said, add a background, city background as background, and it did that. Take away the glasses, it did it. So you can see the bottom picture, I don't have glasses and I have a city background. I wanted to go to Iraq and I needed a picture whereby there was white background, and they asked for a white background and they asked a picture without glasses. So I had my old picture. I put a white background on it and took off the glasses, and it was accepted as a passport photograph. So you can do those kind of things using Gemini AI. Yeah? And finally, so you can also create videos, but again you have to know the script to Gemini very well. In creating good videos, you have to pay Google £250 a month, something like that, but it depends. It all depends how well you want to do it, and you have to pay money to get a good service. And finally, the deep research part. Again, if I go into the first menu, there's a deep research. Yeah? You click into deep research. Yeah, I clicked into deep research and I said, give me a history of Khoja. Give me a history of who are Khojas. That's all I asked. It gave me about 4 or 5 page document, and it also gave me the sources. So you can look up the sources, see which you don't want, or add more sources to it, and then you can have a full history of Khojas. And I don't know if you can read that, but it's quite a detailed history, and you'll be surprised how much that you don't know as well, of that history when you read it. And I think there are things on that menu. There is a create image, deep research, canvas. Canvas is you can build outlines of reports in Canvas. You can do lesson plans, you can do blogs, you can do coding, you can create games. So you can do all that using Gemini. So you can see there are quite a few tools. To use those tools, you have to learn a bit of a language, and you have to practice at it. And that's basically all I have to say about it.
How difficult it is to learn the language? For example, a senior like me and others.
I think you practice it, and you'll find it's not that difficult. It's like when you're doing search engine on Google. I mean, if you tell them to begin with, it sounds very, very difficult, but when you start doing it, you find it gets easier. Yeah, but to be really good at it, obviously, it becomes difficult. It takes a lot of work.
Thank you. I will take any questions, any discussion point. Can we have shorter questions? Thank you.
Is there a facility on AI to say that I want to open a business for computer or for import-export? It will give you the whole idea, how to set it up, what you need to do it, how do you get in touch with people, how do you organize, how do you set up?
Yeah, I think if you go into guided learning and you ask him that question, it will give you all those answers.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So,
Are there more features in Gemini than ChatGPT?
no. No, they are almost identical. If you'll find that it's almost identical. ChatGPT is more popular. I mean, I've known people, I wanted to buy a car, and I said I want to buy a car of between 12 and 15,000 pounds. And with this guy, it will look up all the suppliers and told me where I could go and buy it from. So I suppose you can do those sort of things in both ChatGPT. I'm sure I don't know ChatGPT that well. I'm sure there are a bit more, it is more popular, so you can do a bit more.
Yeah,
We had Google before, we had GPT, and now we have AI. What is next?
I think AI will do everything that you want to do. At least at the moment, that's what it sounds like.
any other questions? Any comment? Please go ahead.
That AI now is in competition with various religions, Sunnism, Shiaism, any other. Will it try and mingle them together or what? What is going to happen to our go out?
I'm not an expert to answer that question. I wouldn't know.
Brothers, can you please maintain silence? Thank you. Please. With lots of respect, guys, please. Thank you.
Is it possible for us as seniors to know more about AI and have a class and knowledge about it?
This is
Becoming important for many people.
I was hoping today, you would get your phones out and do it whilst I was talking, but none of you did. I was a bit disappointed that didn't happen. And I thought if you did try using your phone while I was talking, it would take a bit more time, so I wouldn't have to talk so much. Yeah, but we can obviously, maybe we can have a session whereby we all get our phones out and maybe Kakaji will have, you can have that on your Kakaji suggestion for your next session you arrange. We work on ChatGPT or AI.
We can still do it.
Please, what do you want to say?
We can do a bit of demonstration now.
Yeah, I can come around and, if you're trying it out, I can come around and help you, yeah? The problem doing it here is that the Wi-Fi is slow. And so some things don't work that well. When you're doing it at home, it works a lot better.
Anybody from that side?
I'm trying to download.
I'll come and have a look, yeah?
Come, please, come.
Yeah, how long do the
Come here, please come.
how long do the chats stay on AI? And how do you delete one or two of them?
To delete it, you just hold on to it, and it will give you option of what you want to do with it.
But otherwise, how long will it stay?
It stays there until it stays there. Yeah, it doesn't get deleted.
While you are computer learning, get
Yeah, I think that's a good question. AI, AI, what happens is that AI collects data from everywhere around the world. It collects it from liars, or it also collects it from people who are telling the truth. It collects all the data. And then when you pick it up, you can get both the data. And you then have to decide which data is that you want to keep or you don't want to keep. Yeah. No, no. Yeah. And also the companies managing AI. Firstly, they're very powerful. Secondly, they don't control it. And so what happens is that we get all the rubbish. And, and so I think yeah.
He's talking about GDPR. Is it there or not? GDPR on AI use.
Yeah, it's there.
Whether my data will be shared by
Yeah,
Mali, for example.
yeah. It's there. Everybody can look at it. Yeah.
Is a very important question to ask. I understand that some people ethically do not use this simply because the amount of energy used by AI, which affects human habitation and human beings. Is that correct?
Yeah. AI, these data centers are massive power stations. And they're running on power stations, not they're not just feeding off the grid, they have their own power stations, they use a lot of energy, and yeah. So,
At the moment, there is a facility on this hand, whereby you close up, it will give you the operations on the stem. The variation of the stem is according to the cutting. If the cutting is slightly overcut, the value will go down. Is there any facility on AI which can tell me not only the value, but the close-up of that particular item, whereby it gives me the value of this?
I'm not too sure of that answer.
So it's really to thank you, Zuli, for everything. My small take is that you have to be very careful, this is personal, on using AI because it is what you feed in the system that it reflects back. Am I correct? So that when it comes to our own Aqidah and our own following, like Malim said on Ahl al-Bayt al-Islam, we have to be very careful what we listen. And we have to really warn our children who are continuously using that. And I was discussing this with Nazir Bhai as well, and on the similar basis, you can see that whatever you feed them, they'll reflect back to you. So if there is somebody who is a mischief maker, like Zuli Bhai also explained earlier, then that mischief can, and if you're not careful, so we have to warn people. Is that correct? Basically. Well, it remains for me to thank Zuli Bhai. Thank you very much. I think you helped us. What we have to intend to do is within next year, on the 7th, inshallah, my AI AGM, I will, I'm also thinking of setting up some sort of AI training for all of us, and especially for the seniors. This was a plan. Inshallah, we'll go forward with Akbar as well as with Zuli Bhai. Can I have a loud Nare Salwat for Zuli Hameer? Thank you. Thank you, Jazakallah. Thank you very much, Jazakallah. Thank you. Can I have Abbas? Yeah, if you want any of these copies, yeah, we can sort something out, yeah? Okay. We'll give Abbas literally 5 minutes, no more.
Yeah, only
Thank
5.
you, right.
Very quickly. Very quick.
It's on, it's on.
Thank you very much. Very quickly, we were discussing all the time about upliftment of our community. That is the subject. The thing which we had done as helping others, don't tell or don't talk about the nickname of others. Please use the real name. Also helping others. Now this is the last one, and plus others. Then it will come on business on other later on next year. The one I'm finalizing for this year and 2020, jealousy. Now jealousy is the thing which we are going backward. Now we should not feel jealous to others who have got something. It is better to have, if we see somebody is prospering, see that and say Shukrullah, and how did he do it? Then we can ask Allah to also help me to be like him or near him. That is why we can increase our wealth in the community. We can have more things, because if we become jealous of why this person has got this, he should not have got it, or if he gets it, why should he be given? No, that is bad. That is, you are degrading or putting our community welfare and health and everything down. So there are ayat in Quran as well as in du'as, what is jealousy brings to us. In the end, we may find ourselves in a very bad shape, individually, family-wise, or group-wise. Everybody can have. I've got one question. So whatever we are doing regarding upliftment of our community, the item which I've given you, more will come next year. So in that way, we can improve ourselves and our energy. And we may find one day that we are improving ourselves and get as equal as the other community. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Basbhai. I think that's it. Anybody wants a quick comment, only one-liner, please. We don't have time. I can take one or two. One-liners, anybody? Anybody there? Anybody want to speak? Fazal Bhai, one line, 1 minute. Yeah, please.
I'm requesting Kakaji Bhai to get in touch with Jamaat, and we must declare day of computers for our children, to train them, to make them a future, because they are not being trained properly in the school. So we can concentrate on our children and let them know about computer, about AI, and all of that. So DOC, doctor, day or computer.
Thank you. This is one of the part of the things they will be discussing in our executive meeting coming up shortly. Okay. Anybody has any comments very quickly? No? Can I have somebody new to recite Ziyara, please? Anybody? Ziyara? Okay, Mukhi Sahib is coming. Mukhi Sahib will also arrange for Suratul Yasin as well after namaz, inshallah. Please. Sorry? Namaz? We have enough time for Yasin, he says. No, Yasin, if there's time, then he will do it. Anybody wants to recite Yasin? Suratul Yasin?
कोई नहीं है.
You want to recite? Okay.
Bismillah. Hujjat Mahfuz Surah. Yes. Bismillah.
बर मोहम्मद वाले मोहम्मद सलवात اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ياسين والقرآن الحكيم إنك لمن المرسلين على صراط مستقيم تنزيل العزيز الرحيم لتنذر قوما ما أنذر آباءهم فهم غافلون لقد حق القول على أكثرهم فهم لا يؤمنون إنا جعلنا في أعناقهم أغلالا فهي إلى الأذقان فهم مقمحون وجعلنا من بين أيديهم سدا ومن خلفهم سدا فأغشيناهم فهم لا يبصرون وسواء عليهم أنذرتهم أم لم تنذرهم لا يؤمنون إنما تنذر من اتبع الذكر وخشي الرحمن بالغيب فبشره بمغفرة وأجر كريم إنا نحن نحيي الموتى ونكتب ما قدموا وآثارهم وكل شيء أحصيناه في إمام مبين واضرب لهم مثلا أصحاب القرية إذ جاء المرسلون إذ أرسلنا إليهم اثنين فكذبوهما فعززنا بثالث فقالوا إنا إليكم مرسلون قالوا ما أنتم إلا بشر مثلنا وما أنزل الرحمن من شيء إن أنتم إلا تكذبون قالوا ربنا يعلم إنا إليكم لمرسلون وما علينا إلا البلاغ المبين قالوا إنا تطيرنا بكم لئن لم تنتهوا لنرجمنكم ولا يمسنكم منا عذاب أليم قالوا طائركم معكم وإن سكرتم بل أنتم قوم مسرفون وجاء من أقصى المدينة رجل يسعى قال يا قوم اتبعوا المرسلين اتبعوا من لا يسألكم أجرا وهم مهتدون وما لي لا أعبد الذي فطرني وإليه ترجعون أتخذ من دونه آلهة إن يردني الرحمن بضر لا تغني عني شفاعتهم شيئا ولا ينقذون إني إذا لفي ضلال مبين إني آمنت بربكم فاسمعون قيل ادخل الجنة قال يا ليت قومي يعلمون بما غفر لي ربي وجعلني من المكرمين وما أنزلنا على قومه من بعده من جند من السماء وما كنا منزلين إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة فإذا هم خامدون يا حسرة على العباد ما يأتيهم من رسول إلا كانوا به يستهزئون ألم يروا كم أهلكنا قبلهم من القرون أنهم إليهم لا يرجعون وإن كل لما جميع لدينا محضرون وآية لهم الأرض الميتة أحييناها وأخرجنا منها حبا فمنه يأكلون وجعلنا فيها جنات من نخيل وأعناب وفجرنا فيها من العيون ليأكلوا من ثمره وما عملته أيديهم أفلا يشكرون سبحان الذي خلق الأزواج كلها مما تنبت الأرض ومن أنفسهم ومما لا يعلمون وآية لهم الليل نسلك منه النهار فإذا هم مظلمون والشمس تجري لمستقر لها ذلك تقدير العزيز العليم والقمر قدرناه منازل حتى عاد كالأرجون القديم لا الشمس ينبغي لها أن تدرك القمر ولا الليل سابق النهار وكل في فلك يسبحون وآية لهم أنهم منا ذريتهم في الفلك المشحون وخلقنا لهم من مثله ما يركبون وإن نشأ نغرقهم فلا صريخ لهم ولا هم ينقذون إلا رحمة منا ومتاعا إلى حين وإذا قيل لهم اتقوا ما بين أيديكم وما خلفكم لعلكم ترحمون وما تأتيهم من آيات ربهم إلا كانوا عنها معرضين وإذا قيل لهم انفقوا مما رزقكم الله قال الذين كفروا للذين آمنوا أنطعم من لو يشاء الله أطعمه إن أنتم إلا في ضلال مبين ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين ما ينظرون إلا صيحة واحدة تأخذهم وهم يخصمون فلا يستطيعون توصية ولا إلى أهلهم يرجعون ونفخ في السور فإذا هم من الأجداث إلى ربهم ينسلون قالوا يا ويلنا من بعثنا من مرقدنا هذا ما وعد الرحمن وصدق المرسلون إن كانت إلا صيحة واحدة جميع لدينا محضرون فاليوم لا تظلم نفس شيئا ولا تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إن أصحاب الجنة اليوم في شغل فاكهون هم وأزواجهم في ظلال على هيك متكئون لهم فيها فاكهة ولهم ما يدعون سلام قولا من رب رحيم وامتازوا اليوم أيها المجرمون ألم أحد إليكم يا بني آدم أن لا تعبدوا الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين وأن اعبدوني هذا صراط مستقيم ولقد أزل منكم جبلا كثيرا فلم تكونوا تأكلون هذه جهنم التي كنتم توعدون اصلوها اليوم بما كنتم تكفرون اليوم نختم على أفواههم وتكلمنا أيديهم وتشهد أرجلهم بما كانوا يكسبون ولو نشاء لطمسنا على أعينهم فاستبقوا الصراط فأنى يبصرون ولو نشاء لمسخناهم على مكانتهم فما استطاعوا مضيا ولا يرجعون ومن نؤمر ننكس في الخلق أفلا يعقلون وما علمناه شيئا وما ينبغي له إن هو إلا ذكر وقرآن مبين لينذر من كان حيا ويحق القول على الكافرين أولم يروا أنا خلقنا لهم مما عملت أيدينا أنعاما فهم لها مالكون وذللناها لهم فمنها ركوبهم ومنها يأكلون ولهم فيها منافع ومشارب أفلا يشكرون واتخذوا من دون الله آلهة لعلهم ينصرون لا يستطيعون نصرهم وهم لهم جند محضرون فلا يحزنك قولهم إنا نعلم ما يسرون وما يعلنون أولم ير الإنسان أنا خلقناه من نطفة فإذا هو خصيم مبين وضرب لنا مثلا ونسي خلقه قال من يحيي العظام وهي رميم قل يحيي الذي أنشأها أول مرة وهو بكل خلق عليم الذي جعل لكم من الشجر الأخضر نارا فإذا أنتم منه توقدون أوليس الذي خلق السماوات والأرض بقادر على أن يخلق مثلهم بلى وهو الخلاق العليم إنما أمره إذا أراد شيئا أن يقول له كن فيكون فسبحان الذي بيده ملكوت كل شيء وإليه ترجعون لا صل على محمد وآل محمد سورة المباركة الفاتحة
We'll زيارة. السلام عليك يا رسول الله السلام عليك يا نبي الله السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله الحسين مظلوم شهيد كربلاء السلام عليك يا أبو الفضل العباس السلام عليك يا أولاد الحسين وأصحاب الحسين السلام عليك يا علي بن الحسين ومحمد بن علي وجعفر بن محمد وموسى بن جعفر وعلي بن موسى ومحمد بن علي وعلي بن محمد والحسن بن علي السلام عليك يا صاحب الزمان الأمان 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 من فتنة الزمان السلام عليكم جميعا ورحمة الله وبركاته بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم كن لوليك حجة ابن الحسن صلواتك عليه وعلى آبائه في هذه الساعة وفي كل ساعة وليا وحافظا وقائدا وناصرا ودليلا وعينا حتى تسكنه أرضك طوى وتمتعه فيها طويلا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. Let's recite 5 times Sama Yujibu, the people who are not well and their quick recovery. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء 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 أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء. سورة فاتحة شفاء المرضى ودفن البلاء.